What's up, guys? It's Will here, back again. And here I'm talking about something very exciting. I'm coming at you live from an Airbnb in Orlando, Florida. I brought a microphone. I brought my laptop. I'm ready to do a video if need be. And you know what? There is a need be. There is a need to do this video because InArt has dropped something crazy. And guys, bear with me if the production quality is not quite as high as typical, just because, like I said, I am in an Airbnb in Orlando and on my laptop right now. That said, there's a 4-day countdown to Shanghai Wonder Festival in 2023. InArt has announced a couple really exciting figures. So just to give you guys a little bit of a teaser here, what it looks like to me, I think we see a Clark Kent Superman, Christopher Reeves. I think we see a Clark Kent, a Superman himself. There's going to be a 2-pack of some kind, it looks like to me, if we zoom in. This is a Lord of the Rings character. This to me looks like Thorin. That does not look like Gimli to me. So to me, this is most likely Thorin from The Hobbit. If you remember The Hobbit, he was pretty much, besides Bobo, the lead character. He was like the leader of the hobbits. Of the dwarfs rather, and I think overall that's probably the character that they're going with here. They probably want to continue that Lord of the Rings line. They're going with Thorin next. That does not look like Gimli. That looks like Thorin to me. And we got Daenerys Stormborn of House Targaryen. That to me looks like maybe a season 7 or season 8 Daenerys, which I think would make sense considering they probably don't want to do seamless bodies at this point. With that said, that's probably a Daenerys from season 7, season 8. So really, really excited about that. And the one on the far right, that to me is clearly Dumbledore. That is Dumbledore. Not sure which Harry Potter film it is from, but that to me looks like Dumbledore. Let's read a little bit more of the description. The highly anticipated Wonder Festival Shanghai is just around the corner, and the excitement is palpable. It is indeed. We are thrilled to announce that we've gathered a fantastic array of both timeless classics and brand new figures to showcase at this year's event. As the countdown continues, we can hardly contain our enthusiasm to welcome you to our exhibit. Your presence is what truly makes these gatherings special, and we can't wait to share the magic with you. Stay tuned for sneak peeks, event highlights, and exclusive surprises that await you during this unforgettable experience. Get ready to immerse yourself in a world of wonder and awe. Very exciting stuff, guys. Very exciting stuff. Because here, InArt posted this update. I think this is really, really cool. But to me, definitely looks like a Dumbledore. Definitely looks like a Daenerys. For sure, that's Daenerys Targaryen. Not even a question. Thorin, pretty confident, although not absolutely certain. This to me definitely looks like a Clark Kent, Christopher Reeves. That absolutely looks like what that is. So I think to me that's probably a 2-pack of some kind, Christopher Reeves. I think we knew this was in the plans all along, but we never knew exactly when that was going to be coming. It seems like maybe we were thinking J&D might jump in with a Christopher Reeves Superman. However, if InArt beats them to the punch, do they still do that? That's the question, right? But I don't know. I mean, it could be something that every company is going to start doing. Like, people have even theorized that J&D may do the Heath Ledger Joker. That would be pretty crazy, because if that were to happen, then you got a pretty crazy setup there. So yeah, I think you got a lot of companies doing the same stuff, but not the end of the world, right? Not too crazy if you got all these companies doing really good stuff, but consumers might have already made their purchasing decisions. They went with the Joker already. They're happy with it. They feel no need to change and buy a new one, particularly one that possibly is going to be more expensive than that. But honestly, guys, I'm really excited to see these figures. I mean, again, we got the Clark Kents, we got the hopefully Thorin, Daenerys, and Dumbledore. It makes you wonder, though, with Daenerys, are they going to do swappable outfits? Like, what version are they going to do? Is it season 8 with the Targaryen get up? Because that one is really, really cool. And looks like a sort of a winter coat to me. If you zoom in, you can see sort of fur here, like a winter coat of some kind. Maybe season 7 or maybe season 8 when she's in Winterfell fighting the Night King and the dead. Basically, that the Army of the Dead, basically, in a winter get up, because she's not really, used to dealing with winter that much. And we got Dumbledore, of course, so I think it's going to be pretty cool. It looks very similar hair-wise to Gandalf, which shouldn't be too bad. I mean, you give it some light styling, you should be all right. Just work with it a little bit. Thorin is a little bit of an interesting choice to me. Maybe the Hobbit license was a little bit cheaper. That would be my only speculation, just because if I'm thinking about Lord of the Rings characters, maybe Legolas is just taking a little bit longer, but Legolas, I think, would make far more sense financially and from a collector perspective that you'd want to go with Legolas rather than going with, Thorin, who most people, they like The Hobbit, right? The Hobbit's good, but it's not like all-time great like Lord of the Rings is. And maybe just it's a cheap figure to make and it's smaller, and they're like, okay, let's make a Thorin. Let's just see how it goes. So yeah, that one for sure. I probably will pick up the Thorin. Whether I'll keep it or not is the question, but Daenerys, 100%, not even a question. That's a dopo. Easy pickup. I want Daenerys. I have Drogon, you guys know, in 6 scale. I really want Jon Snow. But it does beg the question, and sometimes we try to get away from these when we're interviewing InArt and stuff, because a lot of times John and our team, they just don't want to share it, in terms of what's coming next, what licenses have you acquired? And you have to think about that because, they don't want to tip their hand, right? They don't want to say, oh, we're pursuing this license. And then Hot Toys or J&D jumps in and is like, now we're pursuing that license, right? So that's why I think they're a little bit more close to the chest on a lot of these licenses and stuff like that. They reveal something when they have something concrete and something written and definitive, because at that point you're like, okay, cool, we got something definitive that we can work with, and we don't have to worry as much about sniping, so to speak. So yeah, but I mean, it does beg the question: how deep are they going to go into the Game of Thrones line? Right? Are you going? I mean, I'm assuming they're going to go Jon Snow. I mean, I can only. That's my only logical assumption. You have to. If you're only going to do 2 Game of Thrones characters, you do Dany and Jon. That's pretty much it. Maybe at some point, if you want to do a Night King, you could do that. He's probably the third most popular that you would go after, I would assume. I mean, Jaime Lannister is another good one, but I don't think he's on the level of Jon or Dany. So really, if you're just making those two, that I would prefer they continue the line since you have the license. But yeah, I mean, I would assume Night King would probably be your next best bet. There's Khal Drogo you could make. There's a lot of cool characters from that line. The Mountain would be really, really cool. The Hound would be another popular one. So it would be interesting to see. And Hound would give you a good opportunity to do rooted hair and a really cool head sculpt with all the burns and scarring and stuff like that. I think that would be really cool. Thorin, I don't know, how much more from the Hobbit do you need? I mean, to me, I don't know that I would touch the Hobbit at all if I was InArt. I would probably just go after Lord of the Rings, and I would say, okay, we're going to make a Frodo. We're going to make a Gollum and a Sam, like a 3-pack of some kind. You can get them together. Maybe we'll make that Legolas. We'll make, Boromir, something like that. The Witch King would be a really good choice. Sauron is not possible for an articulated 1/6 scale figure, in my opinion, to do it right. There's that third-party company, I think Dragon Toys, that is doing one, but I don't feel great about that one. But I think if you made that a statue in a really cool pose, I think people would be fine with it. Sauron's a big boy. Like a quarter-scale statue is going to be around 24, 25 inches. So, sorry, a 6-scale figure. 6-scale statue is going to be around 24, 25 inches. That's basically pretty close to a quarter-scale statue at that point. Bigger than a lot of quarter scales, to be honest. So that's something that I would like to see. Witch King would be another big one. Yeah, there's some cool stuff you can do with Lord of the Rings, but Legolas would be the biggie. That would for sure be the one that I think people really want to explore there. So, but the Clark Kent Superman, I don't want to overlook those, because I think that's probably what I would say most collectors are going to be most excited for from this list. For me, I like Superman. I need to go back and watch that film. It's honestly been a while, but I think this is an iconic character, an iconic actor, and someone that I think makes a lot of sense financially for InArt to tackle, just because they have that Warner Bros. License, they have the DC license, and this is a character that people absolutely love and is timeless. This is a portrayal that is timeless to people. So I think this is going to be one that people collectors are not going to sleep on. So this is going to be an exciting thing, and I think that overall this is going to be probably the most popular piece on this list. That said, guys, to me, Dany all the way. When I see this list, Dany is the one that I get absolutely most hyped for. You guys know how big of a Game of Thrones fan I am. I am a huge Thrones fan. Didn't love how season 8 turned out, but I still love Dany as a character. Still love Jon. Jon and Jaime are my 2 favorites. Dany would be third, but Dany is right up there on the list. But guys, this is super exciting. I'm excited to see that InArt is doing more, because remember, I was pretty critical. I was like, we need more announcements. We need more releases. And you know what? They've done both. They're starting to release more. They're announcing more. They've met that criticism. And, they made me eat my words on that one. So they've done it, and you got to give them due credit where credit is due. Of course, Pennywise and Gandalf still need to ship to the majority of collectors, but they are going to be out in collectors' hands soon. And I'm excited to see what they come up with. So I'm really excited to look forward to this festival. I should be back home by then, so I'll be able to cover it a little more thoroughly. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. I'll see you. I'm in Orlando. I'm ready to hit Halloween Horror Nights tonight with Optical and Josh from Comic Concept, maybe even Cece. So we're going to see some people there. So yeah, let me know what you think, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out. See you.